Hey everybody, it's Alex here on Ultimate Slow Eagle. We're playing some more Torch Trophy. In the last video, we took care of the Club Cup, got a couple more street bikes, and got another racing bike, another 250 bike. Today we're going to be doing the T-Max Cup, our first championship race. We're only allowed to use the T-Max, of course. Nothing wrong with that. 3 races, all 3 laps. First one being in New York, Apricot Hill, and Tokyo Route 246. And with the championships, I'll have to do quite a few of them multiple times because I have so many bikes that can do these championships. It's going to be a lot more trouble than it's worth. And with these championships, what's interesting about championship races, unlike single races, you can actually qualify for these, which I'm going to do. Because qualifying will make getting through these championships a lot less painless and take a lot less time getting up to first place. Very important to do this, especially in the later championships. And with this game, I might end up streaming a couple of the championships because of their length, because I don't think the camera is going to really cut it for it. The camera has pretty good battery life, it's just these events are so long, it's not going to be fun to deal with. And each opponent's in the same bike in a different color. There are 4 colors to this, so I'll be doing this 4 times, but we get the prize bike just once, so you don't have to worry about your progress resetting. Unlike in GT4, I think. And unlike GT2, you can't do the single races over and over and getting a bike because, again, no currency. And also, I think the thing is just locked in. Once you sell that bike is pretty much gone for good. I don't think there's a way to sell them in this game. But I digress. New York is really not... I don't think New York's really that bad in this scooter here. It's just bad with the powerful bikes. Yeah, and I chose to do it in orange because it made orange juice. I love that orange juice so much. And orange is my mother's favorite color. Yeah, and I'm gonna watch a little bit of Game of Thrones after this recording, or after this championship rather. I still have yet to watch the last little bit of Episode 2, Season 4, because got interrupted. Also, the strange thing happened yesterday morning. My Wi-Fi went down, and I had to reset the router, and it worked perfectly fine, even though it's still kind of sluggish at the start. But eventually, the Wi-Fi started working well again in no time. Okay, we qualified first. Whenever that 1 is up, we can just leave and go back to the actual race. And it won't reset the progress, which is good. Okay, here we go. Oh, first place gets a big head start. Okay. So with these layer championships, I think it's more so of keeping your momentum up and keeping a fairly clean line and knowing how to slipstream. Which is going to be fantastic. If you want me to do a live stream with a certain championship and a certain bike, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do that. not the T-Max Cup or the Yamaha restricted bikes, the Yamaha CC bike championships, because they're only one of those bike. They're only one of each of these kind of bikes, so it's a no-go for that. Sorry about that, guys. Any other championship is open. Also, TT World Series, not all the bikes are going to win that championship, so I'll just keep it at that. And especially type of number 1 is in that championship, and I really don't want to waste my time doing all the bikes in that championship because of how difficult that one's going to be. Difficult and long, because fairly powerful bikes and long tracks. It's quite a lot of laps, actually. And a strange thing about this game is that the total mileage always resets in a new race, so it's never going to track how many miles you rode this or whatever. I found it strange because the other Gran Turismo games did. Well, GT3 onwards. Just not this game, however. That's weird. And my cat is messing with some things. Bella, leave that shit alone. Okay. Race bike handles were pretty damn good. Yeah. So doing this championship at least once takes about maybe, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes, so. And I'll be doing all the other colors off camera. So not to prolong the event any longer than it needs to be. I'll show the championship once through a random bike I select and just go with that kind of bike from there. And I have 2 completed saves on other memory cards that I got. One of which has all the Superbike stuff done, and the other just everything done except the Suzuka 8-hour championships, the Suzuka 8-hour event. So I can just stream off of those and go on from there. And by the way, I have nothing on number 1 and that Suzuka 8-hour bike save, so I'll have to do them all. Number 1 at that save, which is gonna blow balls because I did numerical order. You think I'm bullshitting? When we do that first stream of that memory card, I'll show you what I mean. And this is going to be the event where I show you what happens with the numbers 1 through 4, why you can't choose that one. I will explain when we get this championship done. Alright, so I just got fingerprinted for the medical board, Texas Medical Board. I'll be hearing my results within 7 to 14 business days. So it could be maybe, I don't know, 2-3 weeks by then, which is fine. Because they gotta get through with the medical board and the FBI and all that, which is fine. It'll probably make getting through them. It'll probably help make getting what I have much easier. And those of you that are struggling with Grok, if they have the Grok as a high demand thing, sometimes just reset the app or just give it maybe a few hours and it'll be normal again. That's what I did when I couldn't use it for maybe 2 or 3 days straight. I said I'll just give it a few hours and just focus on doing some of my stuff on another AI thing. The only legit things are ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, and Microsoft Copilot. The other things are just fucking scamming. My side, nope. Okay. And different finish music this time around. Unlike in single event. Okay. There we go. And it's the same kind of get ready music throughout the whole thing, between races and the whole finish event stuff. Okay, race number 2 at Apricot Hill. This track might be pretty easy to do. Yeah, I had to go to Parker Heights for my fingerprinting. And it's a 20-30 minute drive there. And it's not too bad. I was hoping to leave a little early so I could not deal with a whole lot of traffic. Because traffic sucks! Major balls. I'm happy to say. And I also tried out the GameCube, my GameCube, not too long ago on this TV. It works fine with the AV1, it just doesn't work with AV2 for some reason. I guess because of how the TV is set, I guess it's probably because of how the TV is set. That's fine and all. I finished one of my old GameCube saves when I tried it, the one I had when I was 13. I'm now 24. I haven't touched the saves in 10 years. And there's another save that hasn't been touched in a little over 15 years. And that which is my uncle's old save, because my uncle used to play the GameCube. And it's not the GameCube I have today. It's the other GameCube that's in my closet. That GameCube's fucking broken. I guess they were careless moving it, and some of the internals on it broke, and I guess it wasn't worth the trouble. Alright. And sometimes the qualifying finish in this is a little off. It'll sometimes show how far ahead you are, or it doesn't show it at all. It's ridiculous, but it's just it's inconsistent, but again, this game's technically not a main game Gran Turismo game. It's kind of a spin-off, like the prologue events and the GT concept game, which is just a GT3 epilogue, I guess. And GT6 is also kind of a GT5 epilogue, I guess. And GT7 Pro, GT Sport is just the GT7 prologue. Also, sorry I didn't stream last week. Again, the Fallout 2 grinding was relatively tedious. However, the grinding won't really be as bad this time around. Because I'll just be grinding between cups in level 3 to make in the final car of the street class a little easier and getting it fully upgraded much easier. And without having to grind at the finals. Which doesn't bug me in the slightest, it's just I like to have it in one go. I just like to have all my upgrading and grinding in one go. Or is it going to be enough? I'm not sure. And when I come to Gran Turismo 4, eventually, I will most likely be doing the one-make races, some of the one-make races together in some of the manufacturers, so I can get through them quicker that way. Some of them aren't very long, others will take a billion years to do. I don't really have a set order on how I'm going to do them. I'll just grab whatever's in my garage and just start from there. Easy bike. Easy. Yeah. I think my AV cable's still kind of crapping out because I had to reset it during the Fallout 2 video. It surprisingly didn't go out in Hot Pursuit 2. It may have, or it may have, and I didn't pay attention. We'll see what happens. This cable's probably on its way out, and the other cable's not as good. The other cable's no better than this. I think it's worse. It's whatever though. These kind of cables are pretty cheap. I can get them pretty quickly off of eBay and Amazon. Triumph. I might end up using one of the Triumphs later on. And also with this game, there are a lot of championships in this game. Most of them are pretty damn long as well. So that's why I'm streaming those. That's why I'm going to be streaming the long championships. And I know these are going to be boring with no music, but again, I can't risk with copyright. I can't risk copyright, and also the music. I don't think the music in this is really that great. It's just a lot of techno and shit. Really nothing to write home about. I've listened to the soundtrack many times while playing this game. Of Race Fence, it's really nothing spectacular or mind-blowing. And no pit stops this time around. Whenever your tire wear is going bad, then you gotta deal with it, which kind of blows. Yeah, and I just blew these guys away. Even with 42 horsepower. Okay, and moving on to the final race in Tokyo. One last qualifier, and then we just do the race. Trust me, qualifying for these races, it may be tedious and all, but it's worth it. And will I get some of the other Need for Speed games and Burnout games on the other consoles? Yeah, maybe. But I might just do separate Let's Plays of them entirely. Burnout 2, my PS2 version of that copy is fucked, so I can't use that. I don't have the GameCube version of either Burnout 1 or 2. And I don't have the PC version of Burnout Paradise, so I can't really play off of that. And also on Saturdays, I mostly spend that day with Burnout Paradise Remaster challenges. I've made it a little further this time around, 390, I believe. 390, 391. I'm nearly 400 challenges done. Most of the challenges from then on are just going to be the bike challenges. That's not going to be that big of a deal. And I figured out the easiest way to get through most of these challenges is just doing it on the weekends, because that's the most like on Saturdays, because that's probably the best time to get the bike challenges done. So that's most challenges done in general, so that's good. I mean, Voltron's done it several times. A player of mine on PSN, Voltron, he's done the challenges on Paradise Remastered multiple times within a matter of days, which I think is fucking crazy. Because I can barely even get 2 of them. I can barely get past 3 or 4 in a day, because everyone competent just fucking goes. Alright. Okay, done with that. Qualifying. That's nuts. Okay, and with this last race, here we go. I actually really like this truck, Tokyo. I just wish they brought it back in GT7. But I'm kind of thinking some of these routes don't exist anymore as of 2026. Oh, screen flickered. Yep, there it went. I'll probably be moving out soon. I'll probably be moving back up Grandma's again, because no one's really using the master bedroom in that house. And once I get employed, I might eventually take the house. Once my grandma's getting up there in age. She's gonna be turning 82 this year. So, and given how my grandma is, sometimes she might pass on any time, any year now. She's still in better health than my grandpa was in the last couple of years he was alive, but that's really not saying much. And with qualifying, you're just gonna blow everyone out the water. So, and I'm not gonna just make the qualifying interesting. I'm not gonna screw up a whole lot, because even then, screwing up a whole lot's gonna fuck my pace. And I just hit the wall randomly. And sometimes big mistakes or a series of small mistakes, that's gonna fuck your lead up a lot. But I'm too far ahead for anyone to take advantage, so I'm all good. Thankfully. And again, with this game, there's no reverse versions of any of the original tracks or some of the city tracks. Which sucks, but I guess they are pretty limited on what they could do with this game. I was thinking this was going to be a PSP game or a very early PS3 game. Because again, first game to have a cockpit view. First game in the series to have a cockpit view. Even though it's local, even though it's the quality of a potato. Sweeper. Even then, the racing scooters kind of making me fall asleep a little bit. And scooters, like just like hybrids and EVs, scooters only have the CVT automatic transmission. So if any of you new players that play with manual transmission, you're wondering where's the shift, how to shift gears in the scooter, you really can't. They're all automatic. Even the racing T-Max is automatic. So think of it like you're driving the Toyota Prius or the Rivian R1. Or driving any EV or hybrid in general. You don't want to try and shift gears, you really can't. Oh, wrong button. That R2 is the rear brake. And with that, our first championship is now finished. Yeah. So, what's the first thing we win? Because we win quite a few things from championships. Our first thing we get gear. 2 helmets. I really couldn't give less of a fuck about it. And the main thing, second thing we win, the prize bike, a racing modified FCR 400. In a very nice shade of blue, actually. That actually looks blue and purple, which I actually like that. It's number 21. 21? The stupid fucking cringy meme. 9 plus 10. It's obviously fucking 19. I even heard of one PlayStation player back in the day when he was asked what 9 plus 10 is. Guess what he said? 910. And I just burst out laughing because of how fucking absurd it was. Alright. And with that, we're pretty much good to go with this one. That was a relatively easy championship. No problems whatsoever. I'm just gonna swap gear. Yo. Go all black. We're painting it black because I'm emo. No, I'm not. Oh, no, I'm not. But you get the gist. Alright, with that, we are now 61.7% done with the game. So with that is it for today, y'all. Next time, we're going to be doing the 2-stroke series. Until then, have a great day, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time.